30-minute QuickCast.
30-minute QuickCast.
News and information.
You got them 30-minute QuickCast.
Okay. All right, welcome everybody to the 30-minute Drop Culture QuickCast. It's got to be quick, and then we're casting it like a spell.
There's a lot more than 3 seconds.
As if we were wizards. We're a bunch of podcasting wizards, and you spell it with an E instead of a I.
We're wizards.
Wizards.
I like the idea of
What the fuck is going on?
I like the idea of an A.
Wazards. Hey, we are the podcasting wazards.
Wasky Wazards.
We are.
I'm a wizard.
We are putting together a softball team for other podcasters, so we could take them on.
Yeah, so come at us.
Come
bro.
at us. We'll take you all on, just the three of us.
And if Stuff.com wants to bring their whole posse over here, we got you with just the three of us.
We got it, all three. We'll take them down in a wrestling match.
That's right.
Goddamn right we will. Wrestling.
We'll do some wrestling.
We're the wrestling
and then,
wizards.
when we're done wrestling, we'll play some sheriff ball.
Yeah. And then it's a wiffle ball championship.
Oh, I like
To
that
wrap
better.
it up. Wiffle ball. It's wiffle.
Can we use black electrical tape on our wiffle ball bat and our wiffle ball? Because I feel like you have to.
I think you have to for the grip.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just
not just
makes
the
sense.
grip, but I mean also you get a little weight with it.
Yeah.
And so you can hit it a little bit further.
Yeah. Get a little bit of
That's what we
punch
did
on
when
it.
we were children's.
A little wiffle ball.
Little wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
You can play wiffle ball anywhere.
Yeah. We can
Didn't
play
matter,
wiffle ball in
somebody's
this room.
yard, like kind of.
Yeah. It would suck because where's first base? Where you're standing.
When your school drills holes into the paddle so it has better airflow, and that's how you figured out how wiffle balls work.
Yeah. And why is it that the assistant principal was the enforcer in everybody's junior high? Why the fuck was that shit?
No, it's the
assistant principal was the one that brought the pain.
Yeah.
He'd just be like, fuck.
Bring down the law.
I don't want to get swats because I want to go to D Hall. Fuck that shit.
Nobody want to go to D
Our,
Hall?
in high school, our in-school suspension was called the pit. That's
Damn.
where you stayed, was the pit, which was just this room.
Yeah.
Just a room. The pit.
Yeah, we had a lunchroom D Hall one, and it sucked because everybody was off eating lunch, having a good time, and there was a little bitty wall divider, and you could see through it. Everybody's like, ha, 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 lunch is cool, French fries. And we're like, well, we have to sit in here and not say anything.
Sad.
Do homework in 30 minutes. Oh, God,
We would
this
always
is the worst.
we would always send somebody by that room to do something crazy. And I remember we got on this tangent. A friend of mine where we were doing the Rhinestone, where he first tries to do a country song.
Oh.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, McDonald had a farm, and on that farm he had a cow. Wow, get down, cow." But we would send somebody by there, and this girl came by and did it. Just some rando girl nobody knew. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
She must have been in there before and nobody noticed her.
Right.
She was the Ali Sheedy of detention.
There you go. There you go. I'm not sure who I was in that. I'm sure I was the arsonist, explosive making kid that wasn't in that movie.
Yeah. He was already in jail at that point. Bender hadn't reached that. He knew him, but he just wasn't there. Yeah. Breakfast Club.
How did I never get arrested?
Boom, boom. Okay. This is our quick 30-minute podcast that we're going to do every week. And it's going to be about current events, all kinds of things that we're excited about. I always take notes. Mitch here likes to listen and might like to chime in every once in a while.
Hey.
And then on the other side of me, I got Dan.
Yes.
And Dan has a lot of notes too.
Generally, that is normally true. However, for this particular podcast, I do not have a lot of notes.
Okay. All right.
And I'm feeling pretty confident.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
So the first thing I want to talk about is some of the newest movies that are coming out, and one of them is going to be Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. That trailer just dropped.
Yeah. Real quick, I'll put that in the description. You can just go down there and hit the link, check it out, and come back and we'll wait. Okay. Perfect.
Now you're back. Cool. What did you think? Because it looks fucking bitchin'.
Oh my God, they didn't even watch it.
There's at least 4 people that did. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. But I think this new Star Wars is going to be awesome. J.J. Abrams is back.
Yeah.
This fucking looks really fucking cool. Like, I don't know really what to expect. The synopsis of it is like, what does it say? 1 year after The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And it's like finishing the Skywalker saga.
Yeah, which makes me think that they're
Saga.
going to show that Rey is actually Luke Skywalker's daughter.
you think so?
I
You
totally
think so?
think so. I think that he was bullshitting her.
Yeah.
And I think that's how they retcon out was it Ryan Johnson that did the
Yeah,
middle one?
Yeah, the Last Jedi shit.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people weren't happy with the direction some of that went, and I think Abrams going to fix the stuff that he feels needs fixing. And I don't care. I thought it was fine. I've been happy with the Star Wars movies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a hater.
Now, they all have their own merit in every way. Even the prequel trilogy.
The trilogy?
the prequel trilogy. I mean, some people love it. A lot of people fucking hate it. And then this new one to come out has still been pretty cool. The line that I always come back to in all the movies is that Skywalker is supposed to bring balance to the Force. Mm-hmm. They haven't really shown that he did it. You know what I mean? So that makes perfect sense. Right. That they're literally, that Rey's she's bringing the balance on both sides because she sees both sides of it. You can see that in the last one. So you can see that she liked the dark side and she liked the light side. So she was kind of in between. So she's the balance for it because she's the one that was removed and then got brought back into it. And they even say in the trailer too that she holds all of the old Jedis in her or something like that. Yeah. Like basically it's like they're all part of her now.
Weird.
Yeah, yeah, about that.
Yeah. I don't think she's known the pleasure of a man.
But she has all these people inside her.
Yeah, a lot of Jedis.
All right, just making sure we're on the same page.
Mace Windu's going to come out and be like,
I don't want
Do you think they all wear the same color condom as their lightsaber?
oh,
Get these motherfucking Skywalkers off this motherfucking plane.
this motherfucking TIE fighter.
I don't think there's a lot of room for people in a TIE fighter.
No, there's like two.
That was the wrong choice.
It's like two. Yeah.
Not that I care. I'm just
It should have been Star Destroyer. Whoops, sorry.
duh.
Rewind that and then say it in your head and then end it with Star Destroyer. Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer.
Nice. But Lando's coming back.
Yep.
Fucking anytime Lando's in anything, this is a shit.
Looks like fucking Lando and Jabba the Hutt had a baby.
Who is that?
Lando.
Because he's flying the Millennium Falcon again. And it's like they tapped him somehow.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, hey, come on back.
Well, yeah, Han died. He's like, I got my shit back.
Yeah,
Woo, I've been
he's like,
waiting.
Finally. And they wrapped it up in the Solo movie. Yeah, but I think everybody's pretty excited to see it because this won't be it. And I think that they did say something about them stopping making more Star Wars movies for like the next 2 years or something like that. So this one will be the last one for a little while. But then we got The Mandalorian coming up, which is going to be a fucking badass TV show. Jon Favreau, right?
Yeah, Jon Favreau is going to pretty much taking the lead on everything, which is awesome.
That's
I like
awesome.
anything he's involved in.
Yes.
Even from his days back in Swingers.
Yes.
Yeah. But
PCU.
there you go.
Politically Correct University.
Yep. Well, that was a great show.
Yeah, anything that Favreau's done in the last, 20 years now? Because, I mean, he helped create the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Absolutely.
I mean, he started with Iron Man.
For sure.
I mean, literally started off on the right foot and kind of created that whole world. So his influence is there. And to bring him into Star Wars is going to be pretty cool. So I haven't really done a lot of research on what the whole Mandalorian show is going to be about.
Well, I think that it's going to be nothing to do with what's going on.
Yeah.
But I think if I got it right, and I could be wrong, but I think it takes place in the time of the original trilogy, just nowhere near any of that stuff.
So it's after or during episode 4?
Yeah, 4 to 6.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Let me verify that.
Okay, cool. That, I mean, the new streaming service from Disney is going to be relatively inexpensive, which is like they don't need any more money.
Yeah,
I mean, for Christ's sake.
actually amazing prices. They just announced $6.99 a month or $69 for the whole year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that gives you Marvel. That gives you the
Pixar.
Disney products itself, Pixar, Star Wars.
Yeah. It's everything.
It's everything that's important.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I look forward to on that part of it the most out of the whole streaming service would be the old Disney cartoons that they used to have that they would have during the breaks on the Disney Channel, like the Goofy cartoons, the ones that you would never see, or you'd see those collections in the VHS with the gray box.
Yeah.
You'd open it up and it would be like it would be 3 Goofy cartoons. You know, as long as they don't do their racist shit, like what was it, Song of the South or some shit like
so
that,
bad.
and fucking there's
I have
a
that on
lot of
hard
them.
drive.
Ooh.
I recommend if you've not seen, I believe it was maybe the second episode of Saturday Night Live that ever had The Rock on it. Maybe the first. They had Uncle Jemima's Sour Mash Whiskey. and it was like Song of the South, and like you could hear Aunt Jemima yelling in the background. It was so good, dude. So good. She's like bitching at him about the whiskey. He's like, get back in there and sell your damn pancakes or something like that. I was like,
I was
so
remembering
good.
on Saturday Night Live for the Rock Obama.
The Rock Obama.
And Obama would always Hulk out and he would become the Rock.
That was just special.
Yeah. There was a lot of good episodes at that point.
Yeah, so Mandalorian's going to follow a Mandalorian warrior on the outskirts of the galaxy years after the Empire's defeat.
Oh, okay. So
that's
they'll
when
take
it
it
is.
after.
Yeah,
Okay.
so right after.
That'll be pretty cool.
So kind of that middle space.
Yeah.
Really.
Kind of like the Rogue One space, or kind of existed, not necessarily the Rogue One space because that was before,
Right.
but in that same kind of vein to where it's kind of in between.
Yeah.
So they have their own world to work in.
Exactly.
You know?
And this will have nothing to do with any of the main characters. You'll probably hear about those events, I'm sure.
The Boba Fett and
that's
everything.
it.
Because Boba Fett was one of those really small characters, but
Everybody loves.
everybody loved him because he started on the Star Wars holiday special, and it was really weird when you watch that now. It's a cool cartoon, but it's just like
know.
because
It's
the Star Wars
terrible.
special sucks.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean the
All
15
of the
minutes,
ones that
yeah,
they've done. Like, remember the Ewok movies they made for TV?
yeah, they were cool because we were young, and it was
They
cool to
weren't
see
that
anything.
cool then. But,
It
I
was-
mean, you were happy to see something Star
It was
Wars.
something Star Wars, you know. I mean, you still seeing anything from that world was pretty cool. All right.
Let me interject for a moment because there's actually a project that I just heard about, Star Wars related, that I think is being picked up by Lucasfilms, which is, I guess, part of Disney now.
Disney now.
But it's the Knights of the Old Republic,
Oh.
which takes place years before, well, long time before all the movies.
They have been talking about that one for a while.
Well, that was a great video game.
Yeah.
Really good built world within it. The Sith, like even the Jedi were cool. The guy you play is like, you could go dark or you could go light. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
But the world building in it was really good as well.
Cool. Yeah, the video games really did kind of fill that gap in between movies and kind of let a lot of people be really creative with them. From the first one, that was like the Doom-esque kind of game, you know, that you were the...
Dark Force.
Yeah, it was like Dash Rendar or something like that,
okay.
to where it was like a Super Nintendo game. It wasn't
I
the
thought
Rogue Ones or anything like that, but...
No, I was thinking more of there was a Stormtrooper Dark Forces game where you're a Stormtrooper and you run around
yeah.
and kill. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that one that I'm thinking about is kind of like the Doom platform, but he was basically the same because he showed up in a couple of the comic books too. I mean, they built a whole bunch of stuff, but that whole in between stuff was really cool.
Yeah, no, and a lot of people really like that. And I guess recently they cut a lot of stuff that's not canon now.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that they had said was canon in the beginning, I guess, or when it came out.
As soon as Disney took them over, they erased or they dropped most of that canon stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They cut a bunch of it out, and like some people were upset. I don't care.
Yeah. No, it should all be part of it, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like DC or Marvel. They all have their own Elseworld or, you know.
But it doesn't, I mean, I guess it doesn't have
Different
to
Earths.
be canon to the story. It doesn't matter to me.
It's pretty cool to have anybody interpret that world.
Exactly.
Which is awesome, just like the books and shit like that.
Yep.
All right. So moving on. Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Everybody knows that I love Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's like one of the coolest fucking characters in the entire universe of anything created. I think he's pretty fucking awesome.
Fair.
That new trailer was fucking pretty cool. Only a minute long, but you get to see Swamp Thing and you see Swamp Thing for who he was. It's fucking really cool. There's a lot of really big people in this one. It's only going to be on the DC streaming services coming out next month in May. Basically it's about like the main character is Abby Arcane. So she comes to investigate some sort of a virus and meets Alec Holland, which he is basically Swamp Thing.
Well, he becomes Swamp Thing.
He becomes Swamp Thing. So in everything that they've done in the comics, and we could talk ad nauseum about Swamp Thing because Swamp Thing's the shit. But just the notable people that are in this, Virginia Madsen's in it.
Saw that.
It's going to be kind of crazy. Jennifer Beals, you know, the guy that's actually playing the Swamp Thing. He's been a guy that's been in the background of a lot of movies that you've seen, like Men in Black. But he was also Jason Voorhees in the new Friday the 13th, the 2009 version.
Okay.
He's a really big, imposing kind of a guy. He's got to be for Swamp Thing. Definitely does. This Crystal Reed woman, she's going to be Abby Arcane. She was on Gotham in the Teen Wolf TV series. And then Kevin Durand. Now, Kevin Durand's a really good character actor, too.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of really good stuff. He was the Blob in X-Men Origins. It's written by, who was the writer for this one? The director is Lynn Wiseman. And then James Wan is a producer, because, of course, he was Saw, Aquaman, all kinds of shit.
Conjuring movies.
Oh yeah, he's been on all kinds of stuff. So the world is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
I really think it's going to be really good.
There's a little bit of bittersweet news on that. So it was announced pretty recently that there was originally 13 slated episodes for that, and they cut it down to 10. And that close to the end of production of something to do that really has me a little worried about the ending, how that's going to play out.